when we're anticipating some kind of a large event or festivity or gathering, whether a holiday or otherwise, increasing our meeting attendance can be, I think, very valuable. Strongly encourage that. And, there's meetings all over the place, and now meetings virtually. So we can really jump on a meeting almost any time of the day and do so anonymously and from the comforts of wherever we are. I even, the morning of my wedding, I went to my 7 a.m. home group meeting, both to kind of pay homage to the freedom, it all started there. And I wanted to go back and share that, but also just as a way to kind of find some, be on that firm spiritual foundation and establish that, staying connected with phone calls, reaching out to other people who might be in a similar place as well. We're not the only ones going through that. And it can be easy, it's easier to get out of my own head when I'm reaching out to other people who are approaching the holidays for the first time or approaching an event. And, kind of helps me to think of them rather than think about myself. And yeah, I think there's a few other practical tools that can be helpful as well. We might drive ourselves to the event and make sure that if we wanted to leave, we can leave at any time and not have to make a big deal about that. But, the ability to exit when things might get, maybe once round 3 or 4 comes at a party, or if we're just feeling a little bit unsettled inside, might be a good time. My sponsor, and that's, one thing to navigate as a single person. I've learned also that when I'm with my wife, or, when we were getting engaged and going to events together, learning to communicate with her about how I was feeling at those events was especially helpful. And the advice that I was given was, give a 20-minute warning or so to say, hey, I'm starting to feel like it might be time to go. Do you mind if we wrap up and leave here in about 20 minutes or so? And just to give some notice and heads up so that it's not so abrupt and, hey, we got to go now. I mean, if that's necessary, go for it, but it can be helpful. And a little funny side note there, and I've used that on a few occasions, and my wife Jacqueline's learned what that means. We were taking photos, wedding photos, as we were engaged and, out on the beach in Coronado. And I was kind of just ready to be done. And I tried to use that one. Hey, I've got about 20 minutes left in me. Turned to me and she said, you have as much time as we need to be here, to complete the wedding photos. But so don't misuse that. I would suggest that, don't take advantage of that. Yeah, but having an out, connecting with people, enjoying, when I was there, I was, and especially as I was 26 when I got sober, I had younger cousins who were not drinking and spent some extra time with them rather than kind of hanging out with the adults who were playing cards and having drinks most of the night. I think, yeah, those are several things that we can do to enjoy and get value out of the time that we're at events, festivities, parties, or gatherings.